Hello everyone, NeilRocks87 here. I'm here today to do somewhat of a follow-up video. As you may recall, about a year ago, just under a year ago, I did a review for this 4th edition Wheel of Fortune game by Pressman. And we had the issue with the puzzles. As you can see, like on this one, which I highlighted in my original video, there's been some alignment issues. There's another good example. Well, we're going to fix that. I got a couple ways we're going to fix this today. And one of them, I actually have to give credit to Germanape1990 for pointing this out to me. So, if he did a brief review of this game as well, and he had thought that maybe these what am I saying here? These puzzles really belonged to a different style puzzle board from previous board games that we've had. And I just happen to have one of those handy. It happens to be the Deluxe 2nd Edition. As you can see, this style puzzle board, I didn't put the border on it. I didn't really feel that was necessary. We're just going to bring this over here. You can see this one is slightly different than this one in the style. I mean, obviously it's a different color, but the alignment for these are supposed to be different. So we're going to check that out. And one other thing before I carry on with this is not the only Wheel of Fortune game that has this style puzzle board. You can also find it in the Disney editions, which were actually 2 of them, although they had all the same puzzles. There was one in 2008, which I have done a review of here on my channel, and one in 2011. That was a smaller one, came in a box similar to that size, which I also highlighted in my Disney edition video. And that you can also get this style puzzle board in those. But I've also found out of one more you can get them in early copies of the 3rd edition. You know, that would be the square kind of box like this. The early editions of the 3rd edition have this puzzle board as well. Those would be dated 2009. I did a little research. I found some people were selling on eBay and looked for them and found out that those have this puzzle board as well. As you saw in my original review of this, my 3rd edition had the other puzzle board that was identical to that one, except it was blue. But so any one of the 3rd editions that are dated 2009, mine was dated 2010. And there was also another one that was released as a 3rd edition in 2014. But you're going to look for ones, 3rd editions, that are labeled 2009 if you want to get this puzzle board. Or you can also get this deluxe edition or any of the Disney editions. So, we're gonna take a look here and see how well this puzzle fits on that board. And there you have it. Obviously, this was designed to fit on this style puzzle board. So there's your fix. If you have the 4th edition and you have this style puzzle board, I recommend using that one. So there's one of your fixes right there. Now, however, I have actually come across another way to fix this. And I just actually happen to have it sitting right over here. That's right, there is a new version of the 4th edition out now. And as you can see in the corner, 150 new puzzles. Now, when I saw this at the store, I thought to myself, if they went through the trouble of putting in new puzzles, I wonder if they fixed it. And I'm sure everybody wants to know, did they fix it? Let's hope so. Because the answer is yes. Yes, they did finally fix this. Because if you take a look at this, compared to the original, You don't have those ugly lines hanging there. And those are hanging up there pretty high. These are much better. Very much better. And if you remember my original review, I had another puzzle. This one. Pat Sajak and Vanna White. Now obviously this one had a lot of issues going on with it. Just how terribly misaligned this one was. Especially that ampersand hanging there. Yeah, and then this is just, and that's for the other puzzle on the other side of the card. So that one was in pretty bad shape. But on the new game, I think they got this fixed. So if you're looking for a good version of the Wheel of Fortune 4th edition game, I really suggest this one right here. And just to show you guys how much is different, really, it's nothing. All the same puzzles in this, or actually I should say from that game, because there are all the pieces, from there were carried over into this one, but you get 50 more puzzles. So you got something nice here now. And all the pieces are different, or are the same. They're not different, is what I'm saying. Unfortunately, though, they still have the free play fiasco going on here. Unfortunately, that I don't see that really being fixed anytime soon. But if you guys know the original rules to free play, you know, then you can play it that way. You can just not even use the tokens. You got the new updated wheel with 3,500 and 650 and the free play wedge right there. So all of this is pretty much the same. Now, in my original review, I had mentioned that one of the problems was that you don't know where any of the ampersands are or any other punctuation marks, and they used to put that up there at the top. But I actually found out in this new version, they have actually rectified that problem. If we go to this page in the instruction booklet, we have a list of where the ampersands are. And that was actually not in the original version. So if we go to the same page in this book here, give me a second. Yeah, that's not even here. It's on the page right before the A chart in that version. And so that was not in the original version, but at least they've fixed that problem. They fixed the puzzles, they fixed the ampersand problem. I think we finally have a good version of the 4th edition board game. Now this particular one I've actually found at my local Kohl's store. So I actually did end up paying a little more than what I would normally pay for a board game. But I got a little discount at the register of 20% off. So it was originally, well, let's see here. Their price tag is $40. Well, that's a little high for a Wheel of Fortune game. But you know how department stores are. Nothing is ever the original price. But the on-sale price, I think, was like $27.99. So that's about what it would run you to get this. And I wanted to compare this. That this one is dated, there's our favorite glossy box again, is actually dated 2017. So if you can find this one, and the part that makes it easy to find is the fact that the corner up here is in gold and has 50 more puzzles. This one seems to be fixed. I'm really glad they fixed this, because this puzzle board, I just love this color. That green just makes this whole game pop, like I said in my original review of this. It is a really nice color. It's not that old stale blue color that they used for so many games. But actually, there is one other version that I found that was just like, that was identical as far as box-wise, and this is why I wanted to compare the dates, Because obviously this one is dated 2016. I saw another one at the same Go Calendar store, I think that's what their name is, recently, and they had one of this version, but the back of it down here said 2017, but on the side of the box here it said, just like this one, 2016. Now, I chose not to purchase that one because I knew I was going to be buying this one over here, the one that was dated 2017. But I would actually wager that if you see that version in a store someplace, that one is probably fixed. I can't personally say for sure. Now, like I said, the only place that I know of that has this updated fixed version of the game is Kohl's. You may be able to find it in other retailers. I can't personally say for sure what stores are and aren't carrying this one. I have noticed though that the more of the 4th editions are showing up online, on eBay particularly, but I would exercise caution when purchasing them online, and that goes for any retailer online. Because I know someone commented on my original review of the 4th edition, saying that they bought one from some online retailer, but they got the 3rd edition instead. And it's like, I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I would be able to do about that. You know, to a retailer, a Wheel of Fortune game is going to be a Wheel of Fortune game, especially when it's online. And that's another thing. The Kohl's website has the Wheel of Fortune board game listed on it, but the picture it shows is actually the 3rd edition. Now, I can't say for sure whether or not if you buy it online, you'll be able to get it. Get the 4th, or maybe you'll get the 3rd. I bought mine in store. They had a nice little section of games and gift things in the men's department. So if you have a Kohl's store near you, I would recommend checking. They may or may not have this depending on your location. So this is almost the holiday season. I am filming this November 2017, so they should have their holiday and gift stuff out, or will be soon by the time you see this video. So just to recap, if you can find this game, I recommend this. Everything seems to be fixed and in order. And there's one more thing I was going to show you, but I'll get to that in a second. This one, if you have the original one from 2016 with the puzzle issues, I recommend the other board, which doesn't have the puzzle in it right now, from either the Disney, I can't talk right now, either the Disney edition or this second deluxe edition. Obviously the Disney one will be blue, and it's kind of interesting because as I was getting this ready for this video, I found out something on this actual puzzle board. I don't know if I'll be able to pick this up on camera or not. It actually does say copyright Disney on it. So I find that interesting. And one more thing before we wrap this up here. Between the two games here, I actually noticed the stock that the paper is on is slightly different. The new one it seems to be higher quality, and you can kind of see the difference here. I don't know how well you can see it, but at least to my naked eye here, this one from the original game seems to be a little darker and a little thinner. Yeah, you guys can kind of see it. It's the same puzzle. It's that Big Bang Theory puzzle. So that's something rather interesting. And one more thing. This is very, very interesting. And just like the first one, I know I'm kind of going back and forth here, they kind of went straight in order on their puzzle cards. I highlighted that in my original video. The numbers go right in order, and actually, yeah, this one does too. But when you get to the extra puzzles that they added, I think it would be 101 to 150. You know how, let's see if I can find it here. On these, you always have the copyright on one corner on one side of the board puzzles. Well, actually, like here's puzzle 105 And 106, that side doesn't have it. And neither does 107 or 108. So the extra puzzles, that kind of just broke off there, that's fine. The extra puzzles actually don't have the copyright on it. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, not that that affects anything, but I just found that interesting. But yeah, this one is fixed. This one works. If you can find this one, I highly recommend picking this up. The one that'll give it away is the corner of the box is kind of in yellowish gold and it has 150 puzzles in it. So I hope you found this video interesting. If you have, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below, tell me what you think, and make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to see more of my other Wheel of Fortune board game reviews, please check out my playlist, which I will have a link in the description below. So that will wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. This is NeoRox87, and I will see you next time.